Hello. In answer to the question of the title of the video, because it's awesome. G'day, it's Fish the Beach Bum Investor here for your cryptocurrency discussion and report at the regular time. Came in a little early this morning. And it's the 13th of December 2017. Going from strength to strength. Just going to post up in Discord and let them know I am here for a second time today on a historic day in the crypto economy. Baba D, long time. How you been, man? Said the A-Dog rap got dropped. Now the raid crew are coming back. Bubba D got a mention in that one. Live now. I'm just posting up to my Discord group, dude. Drinkers, $500 billion. Loving it. $500 billion. $500 billion. Dollar dues come in with a big you. You can't find it? Yeah, Bubba D. I got you, bro. I got you covered. I think A-Dog released it on his channel as well, but give me 2 seconds, man. I'll load up the link for you for that one. You get a mention in there, of course. You would have known that from the little test release that I did of that fish wrap, MC fish wrap. Of course, not my most popular videos. Tend to be on crypto. But I'm just going to find that for you now, man. Give me 2 seconds, my channel. And then we'll get on to the crypto conversation because it is super exciting in the last 24 hours. A-Dog 00 and the Raid Crew official wrap. There it is. There's the link. Command and copy. Sammy, what's going on? Crypto going crazy, GB. Good day, US dollar valuations grew through my ceiling when I checked coin market cap. Man, it's been so nice. Joe, Pablo. Okay, the regular crew in. This is what I like to see. Cha-ching, says the Rocket Radio Show. Man, I saw you Ripple trades. Nice work, man. I just hadn't had time to get back to you on Discord, but great stuff, dude. Great stuff. Is anyone down? Has anyone lost money? Or has anyone not made a substantial amount? G'day, BB. You surfed? Did you surf Australia this morning, Sammy? I surfed Lovers, man. I surfed Lovers. It was pumping. I'm going to go out again after this. It's super fun today. Really nice, like east-southeast swell, a bit of a south-southerly wind. It's really good. Oh, Rocket only, right? Okay, no worries, Rocket. Gotcha, bro. My QSP went down. Paddled from the spit. Yeah, you got to paddle, Sammy. You got to paddle, man. I used to surf the spit when I was a little grom, man. We paddle across the seaway. I won't get into the debate about whether you can catch the ferry or not, but I've never once done it. I've always paddled or taken a boat or a jet ski. Yeah, it's a tough paddle though, no doubt about it. It's one of the more intimidating paddles that you'll take on the Gold Coast for surfing. You got to paddle across the seaway from Southport to South Stradbroke Island, and that's where the trawlers come through and gut their fish, and there's plenty of sharks in there. And it's a fairly long paddle as well, with pretty heavy tides. So it's a tough one, but the surf on the other side is well worth it. Waste of money, exactly, Sammy. Paddle, man, it's good for your fitness. Tempt those sharks. I'm always the injured seal at the back of the pack. When we go with a bunch of mates, they're sprinting across the seaway, right? Because you can get, pulled out too far from the tide now. They're sprinting, and I'm the injured seal at the back of the pack going, sharks are just going to go bang, hit me. Yeah, anyway, let's get on to it. Okay, crypto chart, sorry. I can get really distracted by surfing, in case you haven't told. Let's have a look at the market, guys. I'll jump over the screen share. We'll have a look together and have a quick rundown, and then we'll get on to a bit of a chat and see what we think's good coming up. Coin market cap coming up on screen and coming over to screen share now. Sharing. Okie dokie. Let's have a look. 502 billion. It's actually gone up another 0.5% since I was on only a couple of hours ago. Did actually pop up to 503 momentarily. So huge trade volumes. BTC dominance around that 58% mark. But just have a look at the green figures, people. Have a look at this green. The 24-hour column, you will struggle to find a red. The last hour seems to be a decent mix, but have a look at some of this. 45%, 46%, 26%, all in top market cap coins. Dash, another 19%. Wow. NEM, strong towards that 60-cent mark again. Monero over 300. Big popular coin Cardano keeps going, 13 cents now. Up another 11%. EOS continuing on its ridiculous run, $5.38. Stellar Lumen's up. Neo up. Neo back above that $40 mark, nice to see. QTUM 16, highest we've seen it in a while. Great to see. Waves $15. Lisk pushing 10 again. Woo, beauty. Almost go over the top. Vitalik came out and did mention on tweet that it was his favorite token other than Ethereum. Well, Ethereum's not an ERC20 token as such, is it? Okay, Steam 185. ARK's been super impressive, $4.54. Did bull run from $2.50, so it's done really, really well. Everything. Komodo pushing that $4 mark again. Well, it's probably a bit early to call that, but wouldn't be surprised to see it pushing that $4 mark again. Vertcoin is one that has retraced a little bit after the halvening, but not actually, it started to come back a little bit. But this was as high as sort of $9 and $10 late in the $9 at some stage yesterday afternoon. So doing the happy dance, 4% in the last hour, 12% in the last 24 hours. PIVX above $5. Happy time for fish. 10x doing well. Factum doing well. Power Ledger strong comeback. Lots of good green figures, guys. Not too many reds. Not too many reds. I tell you what, one that I would consider today is this one that we've been looking at a little bit. If you guys go and have a look at, I'll show you actually because we're here. The reason I like Byteballs is I've thought about taking it to the masses, right? So if we go and have a look at the website, I'll show you some of the things that they're actually doing. And I think this is probably one that represents good value and one that's been missed in the big run up. Historically, it's well off its highs. And I think this is pretty cool. Smart payments made simple. Byteball enables trust where trust couldn't exist before. When a contract is created on Byteball platform, it can be trusted to work exactly as agreed upon. Why? Because it is validated by multiple nodes on the decentralized network, which all follow the same immutable rules. The counterparty, even it is a total stranger, has to behave honestly because only the rules have authority. Such a contract is called a smart contract. See below, for example, working smart contracts today. This is some pretty cool stuff I like though. Risk-free conditional smart payments, but peer-to-peer insurance. I just like the fact that they've got in a built-in messaging system essentially into the platform. That's really, really cool. So you can create peer-to-peer insurance, prediction markets. You can even do peer-to-peer betting, Sports Oracle, Arsenal. See, here's an example of it here. Please write the team names in format. Team, Arsenal versus Sunderland. Okay, blah 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 blah, and you make your bet. That's pretty cool, eh? Peer-to-peer betting. Not that I'm a huge fan of betting, but if you're going to do it, keeping a middleman out of it keeps the pool within you and your mates. That's pretty cool. Peer-to-peer payments in chat. Gotta like that. That's pretty cool. Peer-to-peer payments in chat bots. Lots of really, really cool stuff, guys. Bot store. Yeah. They got black bytes, users helping each other. Yeah, I had a look at it and I'm actually starting to think it might be worth a little run. I'm gonna have a dig more into it, but it's just one that I noticed that's gone under the radar, and I like some of the functionality that Byteball had built into the system. So yeah, I'm going to come back to the live chat now. So I'm going to stop screen sharing this time, not like I did last time. Say g'day. Can I make a song about you? Well, I can guarantee you this much, Bubba D. It won't be as comprehensive as A-Dog's one, because that took me some time, dude. So I can possibly write a song. I don't know much about you, man, of course. So it's a bit difficult to write a song. You know, the thing that inspired me about A-Dog is that he had a huge work ethic, massive work ethic for a kid of 12 years old. And there was a lot of naysayers about what he was doing, and he didn't care. He just kept going. And then when YouTube pulled down some of his views, he went nuts at him. He was fighting the man at 12 years old. I like his attitude. I could have, you know, sometimes the language could have been toned down a bit, but man, the dude inspired me. So I was happy to write it for him, and it was actually really easy to write. Because when you've got inspiration like that, it becomes easy to put the words to paper. But sure, if I get to know you a bit better, man, we can work on that. Yeah, man, he's 12 years old, man. He's a workhorse too. The funniest thing is that it was actually, I don't want to say cute, because A-Dog's not a cute kid. He's a tough and go kid, you know, but I sent him the link to the A-Dog rap on Twitter, and he wrote back and he thanked me. It was really cool about it. He goes, man, you've put so much work into this. Thank you so much. But then he said, that first clip you used was when I was like 11 years old. I was so young. I'm like, dude, you're 12 now. The legend. Oh, A-Dog's here. Yeah, so A-Dog in the house. You're going to upload it on Monday. Good stuff, dude. Yeah. No, it was a lot of fun. I was just saying to Bubba D, man, you're an inspiration even to the older blokes. So, no, he's not 16, Floyd. He sounds like it, doesn't he? But he's not. He's got some mad skills. He puts his little A-Dog 00 thing, which I wouldn't have a clue how to do. I just copied his to integrate it into my video. So A-Dog, good to see you, man. We're going to get back onto crypto chat. Thanks to the Cali Groms for dropping in and saying g'day. Good to see you all. Yeah, you're cool. A-Dog, you go do your thing as you always do, man. You gotta keep living that dream. Check out A-Dog's channel. Actually, I think somehow when we switched over my YouTube settings, I've unsubscribed from that, and I don't know how I did that. So I'll get back on and subscribe myself. But A-Dog 00 has his own channel. Actually, it's A-Dog 00. It's an Australian thing or a fish thing. We call it 00. I don't know, but A-Dog 00 has his own channel. So go check it out. Kid's got talent, I'm telling you now, 12 years old. He's very entertaining. Okay. Let's have a look what else we got here. Hey, some lower market cap coins that I've been interested in as well. Maybe we can start getting down the market cap a bit to look for some higher risk, higher reward sort of investments, I guess, when we're talking about lower market cap coins. It's an interesting space. But one thing that's really become interesting is when I first got into the crypto economy, if you had $16 million market cap, you were in the top 100. Now to make the top 100, you're going to need 85 million. So it's changed quite significantly. And there are some good projects that have gone perhaps a little unnoticed in the wash up. Now, I don't know if you consider this low market cap, and in all fairness, I started buying this at 15 cents, so it has had a run up. But it's one that's retraced over this overall pattern of gains, and it's retraced 20% in the last week. And I think I've spoken about it before, but it is Chainlink. LINK is the trade symbol, and decentralized Oracle network. I think you're going to find use cases for that as people realize that quite often you need third-party information to enact a smart contract, and the Oracle network will be charged with providing that third-party information. Agent Smith in the house. What up, dude? He said, everything is so green, it's making me nervous. I thought you liked it when it was all green, Agent Smith. Isn't that like pizza? Xiao's back. What's up, Xiao? You thinking of getting some Chainlink? Yeah, Xiao, I think you see the thought process I'm following, right? We need this third-party information for insurance contracts, for banking contracts. What are interest rates at? What are, peer-to-peer loaning? We need third-party information. And I think the Oracle network has provided an excellent use case for decentralizing the collection of that third-party information, TPI. There is another one that Zhao actually, I think, was the one who found it, and it was called Oracles. And it was a much more centralized version of Chainlink, or is going to be, I should say. It's gone at ICO, sold out in 30 seconds. So I think people are realizing that that is going to be a need to actually get these contracts into the real world. Let's have a look. Dollar deuce, Basil for days. You're already mostly cashed out. Yeah, I don't think that's a terrible call, Agent Smith, because I know where you got in, and so you've made huge profit. Like percentage-wise, in the time that I've known you, the percentage gains are solid. So you've cashed some, right? Now let's say it keeps mooning and goes another, the whole economy goes another, 20, 30% from here. That's okay. You hold your nerve and you wait to find the range. I spoke to Joe this morning, Crypto Joe, Crypto Care. He was in the chat earlier, in the early one. But he was saying, I have been waiting for a proper dip, like what I would call a proper dip, since we did a 24-hour stream. For those of you who want to know who Joe is, who I talk about, Crypto Joe, Crypto Care, he is actually in one of the old videos. We went for a 24-hour stream straight, and then Google Hangouts cut us off after 8 hours. So we didn't get the 24-hour stream, but Joe's super knowledgeable, and if you want to know who he is, he's in there. But we were having a chat this morning. He said, I've literally been waiting since that stream for the proper dip to, help my mum get into the economy at a sensible time. So sometimes you do have to wait it out if you've taken profit too early. Warren Buffett, I think it was Warren Buffett who said his most successful investments are the ones he gets in a little late and gets out a little early. So he's waiting. He doesn't try and predict the bottom of the market like I do. He waits for it to show signs of confidence restoring, and then he's in. So he might miss the first little bit of the run. But then as it's peaking, he's out before the top of the peak. And that's what he says. I think it was Warren Buffett said he was most successful when he used that sort of strategy. So first crypto index fund, crypto20.com. I like S&P 500, but CMC top 20. Check it whenever you get a chance. I will, but not now, because I'll take ages finding it, GB Capital. So I'll have a look after the show, and then I can bring it on to screen share. Agent Smith said, shouldn't have cashed out though. I've doubled what I left in. Yeah, man, but profit's profit. By the way, Chainlink is definitely going to be a big gainer when the time comes. Need the network up and running. Yeah. That's exactly right. Venture capital stage. You guys talk about Wabi. Yeah, I haven't actually looked at it myself, but there's been that much talk about it. Zhao, I think, was really... Yeah, okay, there you go. I was about to say Zhao's really bullish on it, I'm pretty sure. It was identified it won an Ethereum developers conference, right, Zhao? The team at Wabi won the Ethereum developers DevCon or something like that. And I know Zhao's been bullish on it. I haven't had a look myself, Agent Smith, but there has been enough talk about it in our investment group that I'm starting to get curious for sure. Am I still expecting a big dip? It depends on scalability. It depends on Bitcoin's implementation, because it is still a heavily Bitcoin-driven market, and it also depends on Ethereum's, both their implementations for scalability. Okay, because if they can't get scaled in the same time that the masses start coming, people will get frustrated with crypto, and that can be a time where you do get dips. But is that going to happen? I don't know, man. There's a lot of momentum behind crypto at the moment. And I was saying earlier today, you'd be a brave person to short crypto, any coin at the moment. So will it keep going? It could. But I don't know, man. Big gains. We'll see. Yeah, cool. Zhao got just over 5x on his ICO price. I like that you're getting real technical with your gains there, Zhao. He said, I got 5.2x. I'm like that, man. Sammy Kuberis, I think there's so much demand for crypto right now, it wouldn't be hard to see a dip. Sorry, it would be hard to see a dip. I beg your pardon, Sammy. I've got 4 mates who ask me 20 questions a day, whereas before I had 0. Yeah, well, I can't really speak to that because I had 0 mates before crypto, and I've really still got 0 now. No, I'm joking. No, it's the same in my circles, mate. I told you I started to hear people talking about Bitcoin Cash, and like just from regular people who had no interest in crypto. I'd even started to hear about some other things. I told you about my mate saying, "Oh, Bitcoin Cash is going to do well if Bitcoin did." So that's that's the sort of money we've got coming in at the moment as well. You do have to be aware of that. Do I think you should take 5% gain on a large holding of Bitcoin Cash, or as Agent Smith referred to it, B-Trash? Man, I took my holdings out of Bitcoin Cash at 600, so I'm not the right person to be consulting on Bitcoin Cash. The question you've got to ask is it? I don't think there's any doubt that it will grow. Not with getting added to Coinbase. Not with a couple of heavy hitters steering the ship on that one. I don't think it's going to go down. I won't buy any, but I don't think it'll go down. So the question you have, Agent Smith, is will it outperform Bitcoin itself or one of the other coins that you can potentially put it into? And that's where you make your decision, man. But for me, it's just I don't want it. So yeah, that might change in the future if they come out with wicked scaling solutions and all the rest. But yeah, GB Capital, I tend to agree. GB Capital said if you did not take profits on, he's calling it B-Trash as well. B-Trash before, no point taking now. It's getting a lot of attention. Yeah, I agree, man. There's been a billboard put up on the way to Toowoomba. Toowoomba's nice. Sorry to the people in Toowoomba. Still a shit coin, he said. Yeah. Yeah, see, even Zhao's calling it B-Trash. I don't know. I think Rocky might have affected us with this B-Trash talk, but sell or B-Trash and buy Doge. Man, I'd rather Doge. Zhao, I'd rather Doge. I like the community behind Doge. I don't care that it was started as a meme and a joke. I don't care. It's got good fundamentals and it can be used as a currency. And you can Doge trade over on Cryptopia, which is really good as well. It's good when those current, those extra pairings get opened up, isn't it? Why would Fish say that? I don't want it either, laugh out loud. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I'm talking about the gains. Yeah. I think it's going to get dumped once Coinbase releases it. I doubt it, man. I doubt it very, very much, Agent Smith. I could be wrong, man, but if it hits solo, like if Coinbase go for a multi-release of 10 different coins at the same time, yeah, it might get lost in the mix. But if it gets released as the fourth coin on Coinbase, I don't see that causing it to go down. Not when 300,000 people. What is it? 100,000 people a week, a month. I can't remember. It's a lot of people signing up to Coinbase. It's the top trending app. Superheart.org has asked Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Litecoin. Based on those three, I would go with. Oh, that's tough. I'm going to go between Ethereum and Litecoin. So I'd rule out Bitcoin at current valuations. And this is not saying that Bitcoin can't go up. You're asking me to choose the best out of the three at the moment. I would still say Ethereum. And if I can give you some reasons for that rather than just actually saying, oh, Ethereum, I still think Ethereum has more growth in it, provided they can get the scalability right in the next, I forget what it's called. It's not Metropolis. It's not Constantinople. Starts with S, that part of the fork that's going to increase scalability again. So if they can get all that right, man, I think Ethereum's got a long way to go because there's a lot of big companies trusting and there's a lot of coins that are built on top of the Ethereum platform, which gives it value in itself. I think Vitalik's a genius. I really do. And I think having him in a project is a big plus, So when I first got into the economy, superheart.org, I started looking at Ethereum compared to Bitcoin, and I did an analysis of them when I was very new to crypto, very new. So please take this with a grain of salt. But I came up with the fact that Ethereum should be valued at 5 Ether equals one Bitcoin. So if we're going to get to that, if we're going to get to 5 Ether equals 1 Bitcoin, and Bitcoin stays at a standard price, Ether's got a long way to go still. Another 1,400, 1,500, at least 3x from where it is now. Probably more like 4x. 4x. That's a joke for the Australian viewers, or for the Queensland viewers. It's a beer. Okay. GB Capital says, but fish is also right. Yeah, I generally am, mate. If you have a better contender, you can always risk it, but you're taking another chance. Yeah. From a philosophical point, hang on, I like philosophical arguments. Let me see what Sammy said. And then I'm going to rush through it all and catch up to the live chat. From a philosophical point of view, I don't want to buy and support Bcash. At the same time, people will confuse it with the real Bitcoin and drive the price up. Exactly, Sammy. But my point is, man, is do I really want to make money out of other people's naivety? And the answer is no. I want to make money supporting real world technology that can do, technology that can really disrupt in the real world. That's what I want to support. And especially in industries that need that shake up, and need that middleman taken out in a lot of cases. So that's, for me, I think that this is a brilliant place where you can go, okay, yeah, Bcash will probably go up, Bitcoin Cash, whatever you want to call it. But there's a lot of other coins that will probably go up as well, dude. And with that are actually working on real world solutions. Speaking of real world solutions and speaking of a lower market cap coin, just tying this all in, guys, I really do strongly recommend you have a look at Encryption. We will get David Copesell, the CEO, on the team. I haven't had a look at the price, so please make your own decisions on where you're going to buy. But just as a general, just as an interest of what people are doing with blockchain technology now, have a look at Encryption. I worked over there when I first got into the economy, did an internship over there, is what I call an internship. But David Copesell had a great vision for blockchain in storing genomic data on the blockchain. And the use cases for that are quite amazing. So that's one I recommend you check out. Whether you're invested or not, I haven't looked at the prices. I want to catch up on the chat. Yeah, I said, I like the new name, B-Trash. Sakil Ahmed, what coin would you buy right now for short-term trading? Short-term trading, let me have a look. Let me have a think. I know that, see, it's not, for short-term exclusive coins being good to me because it gets these pumps. So you can get, you can pretty much just buy it when it's not on a pump, wait for it, set your sell orders because it happens like that. Set your sell orders in advance, wait for them to hit. And I've done that several times through the last 6 months with exclusive coin. It is a proof of stake coin. I've started buying at less than 50 cents. I don't know where it's sitting these days, but in terms of a trading coin, it's been quite good for me because it has the pretty good swings of a lower market cap coin and it pumps regularly and seems to always find a base about half of where it pumped to. So it's nice and easy to trade. And like I said, finding a base half of where it pumped to, you're getting big swings. So that happens pretty regularly with exclusive coin. I found that to be a profitable trading coin for me. If you're just looking purely on trading coins, it's pretty flat at the moment actually, but you can see what I mean. There wasn't a pump. There's a pump not that long ago. So you sort of get the picture there. That's one that I tend to trade. That's a trading coin for me. I don't have a whole lot of them, man. Most of them on long term. Sammy said also uses the term, everyone's saying they use B-Trash. That's interesting, isn't it? That, there are a lot of, I think most of the people who are in our investment group have been in for at least a few months. So I think as people learn what Bitcoin Cash is, how it came about and what its value proposition is, that its gains relative to other coins won't be as high. I still think it will gain. That's a very good point, GB Capital. With Ethereum's move to proof of stake, that's going to make it a lot quicker. Yeah, proof of stake. I really honestly think it is a good way forward. I've been on proof of stake for months. Before I even started working for PIVX, I was looking at my investments were heavily based on a residual income strategy. So reinvesting dividends. I've spoken about this before, but people did it in the stock market. Like, especially 20 years ago, if you started investing in some of the bigger companies in Australia, like Woolworths, Coles, some of the banks, and like Westpac, NAB, ANZ, if you invested in those companies and then you get dividends in the share market and you just reinvested those dividends and kept them in shares, you would have made substantial growth on your money. And that was always my plan. Okay, I'm in on the new share market, which is the crypto economy, which is how I was making it relative to things I knew. So I'm in on this new economy, and this is your dividends. It's actually like staking bonuses and rewards. Okay, I want coins that do that, then I can understand that. And so I was heavily focused on that. And I think it is a good way because it's easily relatable to people who do have experience investing in the real world. But second of all, it is more efficient. It's more eco-friendly. It's eco-friendly compared to mining. And I'm sorry, I've just had a sell order hit as I'm sitting here. Wonder what that was on. Yeah, so I think proof of stake, honestly, I prefer it. I think it's a better way forward. Having said that, I think there's room for both because that's just my decision. And the market still clearly hasn't decided on proof of work or proof of stake yet, and may never do. There may always be existing models of both. Agent Smith has said KMD. Yes, mate, KMD has been very strong, pushing towards the $4 mark. Any news, Agent Smith, on Monets, man? That's what I'm holding for. I got a nice size investment going into Monets now because of the run up in KMD. Started buying at $2. Agent Smith and I have had that plan for some time, and it has paid off for us. So well done, Agent Smith. Happy that we got in on the same on that one. Cheese on bread. Are we about to enter 2018 with all the hype around the top 3 coins? What cryptos have the most promising future in terms of achieving a better future? Well, I think I mentioned one in encryption. I think I mentioned I've got a couple. I've got encryption. Now I'm obviously going to be favored towards coins I've invested in. That if you want to crucify me for that, that's fine. But I invested in them for a reason. So for me to say, yeah, I've invested. Anyway, I'm not going to get onto the philosophical side of that. But Gladius, I think every time something comes up now, I see this, like when my page gets redirected, it says, oh, it's been done by Cloudflare, right? And I'm just thinking if Gladius can move into that market of DDoS protection using unused bandwidth and unused resources, digital resources around the world, they can become massive. And to me, it's a win too, because it prevents DDoS attacks and provides a faster user experience with the actual web page itself. So that's a win for society. So yeah, I can back that one. Q-Link, somewhat decentralizing the telecommunications industry through, again, digital unshared resources. So I think that can make a huge impact. Encryption, genomic data on the blockchain. There's so many. Let me see what else I've got that can. Power Ledger. You know, it's not till 2019 that we're looking at having a operating blockchain, but Power Ledger can make a huge difference in Australia. It really can. I've said before, I thought it was overpriced because they're not going to have a working blockchain till 2019, but it's a massive difference. So yeah, there's plenty of good philosophical investments you can take. Things really looking to disrupt industries that quite frankly need it. South Korean government called an emergency meeting for crypto on Friday to discuss measures on crypto trading. Source Router's Twitter feed. Baby Junkie, I'll contribute to that by saying I also read that Korea have decided to regulate and not ban Bitcoin exchanges. So that's good to hear. Zhao's super bullish in Ethereum. It's been his main holder for years. Oh, no, that will be your main holder for years. I was going to say, how could it have been your main hold for years? It hasn't been around for years. Just sold my B trash. Feel too dirty. I can make gains elsewhere. Oh, don't let me influence you, Agent Smith. Go and buy PIVX. No, don't buy it straight away. I didn't even look at the price. Thanks for the 5% Bitcoin, Judas. High five at Agent Smith. Yeah, Baby Junkie, like that move. Thank you, buying now, and we'll update reward you soon. You don't have to reward me, man. The reward is having this convo every day. It's a bit of fun. You guys are weird. You didn't like the vid. Yeah, it's because I never asked for it, Ada. I'm so bad at it. Please like and subscribe to this video channels thing. Plus, I like our little crew. The bigger it gets, it will lose some. We've got a cool little crew. Everyone knows each other. What's going on, Crypto Chronicus is in the house. Yeah, cool. Tuesday for me. Yeah, ADOG. See, look at this, man. ADOG's 12. I don't know if he's still in because I'm catching up on old chat, but he said I'll upload that video on Monday, man, which is Tuesday for you. 12 years old, already knows about international time zones. Brilliant. Man, seems like everything I traded gained versus BTC. Yeah, it's been good. Been a great fourth quarter. Yeah, man, it's been amazing. It's difficult to keep on my show. Oh, being difficult to keep your show on. I will have to just re-listen to the show itself. Anything I should pay attention for? Ode to Bitcoin. Okay, Mike's creating his own cologne, and Crypto Chronicus has suggested the name Ode to Bitcoin. I think that's pretty clever, actually. All right, so you guys are talking it out between yourself. Cool, no worries. Yeah, I'm back to live chat, by the way. So if anyone wants to actually have a look at a coin, we can go through that stage of the chat now. Just having a look at the overall economy. It's just it dipped a little bit for fish. I think it has just a little bit. I'm gonna have a look. I'm gonna do an update. Coin market cap.com. Bought some ADA. I still haven't had a look at it, man. EU, as in is that how it's pronounced? Yeah, is in Portuguese. I think it's also French as well, if I'm not mistaken. Eau de toilette, right? Water of the toilet, pretty much is the exact translation of whatever you're splashing on yourself. Hey, Anne. What's going on? Oh, I'm good. Crypto economy's kicking ass.
Fuck yeah.
Well, I can't censor people when they come in live, can I? Did you check the coin I sent you in PM? Nah, I didn't see any coin you sent me in private message. Yeah. Oh, I must have. I haven't been on Discord this morning much, man. I got on there real quick, but I'll go and check them after the show. Oh, Crypto Chronicus said he finally broke down and got some KMD. Agent Smith would be proud. I'm sure he will be. Yeah, I think KMD is a good long-term bet anyway, Crypto Chronicus. They've really set themselves up well in Europe with this strategic alliance with Monet's, which also is going to be the first decentralized ICO. A lot of ticks there, man. It smelleth fresh, yeah. Oh, okay, here we go. What are we saying? The French version of toilet, I think, refers to the restroom itself, not the toilet in particular. Yeah, it does, Crypto Chronicus, but I'm talking about the literal translation, not the literal translation from French to English is water of the toilet. If it doesn't mean that, of course. I can't bring myself to pick up any IOTA. Crypto Chronicus, you know what I've done with IOTA? I've started accumulating. I've started a big accumulation strategy on IOTA. I really, really have. I just pick some up whenever I've got some spare profits that have been taken. I've really started picking up IOTA a lot stronger. Yeah, it's had big run-ups in recent times, but you know, I first bought Litecoin at $28. So every time it got higher, it was like, okay, I don't want to buy anymore because I first bought it at $28, even though I think it's good. And gets to, you know, drops back down to 50. I'm like, yeah, but I still first bought it at $28. So yeah, I think sometimes you've got to stop and reassess and perhaps understand that there's more money coming into the space and see how the development's gone since you made your initial assessment. Semi, yes and no. Pablo said Aeon has been killing it on Ether Delta. Pablo, I'd love to talk to you about Ether Delta. It's a bloody difficult program to use for mine. But yeah, getting back to Sammy said, are the IOTA rumors true about the vulnerability? Yes and no, Sammy. So my best understanding is what happened is MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, a group identified a flaw in Tangle technology, or in a bug, if you like, in IOTA's MyOTA software. And the great thing was they actually went to IOTA and told them about it and said, okay, well, this is the issue. And they said, okay, shit, we missed that one. And so they went and fixed it up, actually. They were able to fix the bug before the article came out saying that there was a bug, which was pretty cool. So there was vulnerabilities, and there actually still could be. And that's the thing, with any of these cryptos, essentially, there still could be vulnerabilities that we haven't identified yet. There's no guarantees, guys. It's high risk, high reward investing. So yeah, Tangle technology itself is a very, very new form or difference or evolution of the blockchain technology. And it is still somewhat untested. So what you're backing right now is potential. But from what I've read, this thing has the potential for mine to, to me, it's the most, let me just think about this. It is the most reasonable coin to actually challenge Bitcoin, in my opinion. That's the truth. That's how I feel about IOTA. Now, it can go completely the other way, and it does have vulnerabilities, and Tangle technology is not secure enough and doesn't work like it's expected to, and I lose all my money. But if it goes the other way, I will guarantee that I'll 10x from here still, because with technology that good that speeds up the more the network gets used, if it's secure, if you've got machines talking to machines, you're talking about inconceivable volumes, transaction volumes. Like it would make the banks look like a joke. It would make JP Morgan look like an absolute joke. So $12 billion for the whole market cap seems like a drop in the bucket if they achieve it, right? Bitcoin was always a what if. The technology seems good, but we've got to test it for 10 years. Are people going to even accept it as a currency? Because at the end of the day, we all have to accept it has some value, otherwise it doesn't. So yeah, I kind of feel like with IOTA, I know it's right up there, but I also feel like this is one that could be, it is the most serious contender to take on Bitcoin, in my opinion. Oh, we've got a Brazilian in the house. Who's that from? Hewerton Rios. Hi, I'm Brazilian. G'day, Hewerton. I have a lot of Brazilian friends, man. I live on the Gold Coast of Australia. So Brazilians, next door neighbours, plenty of them in the surf, plenty of Brazilian mates. Actually, Silas Gancia is a good friend of mine. He's a Brazilian. He lives in Australia now, but he's originally from Brazil, bodyboarder. By the way, BTC, $20,000 by the end of the year, GB Capital. Like, as in, it's already spiked to those figures, but will it hold firm at those figures? I don't know, man. I think it's got a lot to do with Lightning networks, side contracts, that sort of thing. How quick are they coming? I think it's too hard to tell until we know when those developments are actually going to be implemented. And SegWit, for that matter, because SegWit's still not, it's not omnipresent throughout the entire Bitcoin network, is it? There's probably more wallets that don't have SegWit integration than do. I actually don't have any figures on that. That's just my gut feeling for it. CME is Monday, mate. CME will be Monday. So CME trading, I've just been asked about CME's futures trading. So for those of you who think SIBO is, brought some extra funds into the market, CME is probably 10 times bigger. I don't know the exact figure, but CME makes SIBO look like a joke. So CME trading starting next week. I think it'll just lead to it'll lead to volatility. I think that's what we've seen with SIBO trading, not necessarily super bullish to start with. It was volatile. And I think CME might be volatile as well for the first week. IO marketing was overhyped. It's overvalued if those news are not 100%, which don't seem to be 100% accurate by the media. IO marketing was overhyped. It's overvalued if those news are not 100%, which don't seem to be 100% accurate by the media. Yeah, like I said, GB Capital, it is, I've always seen it as a coin flip. But for me to stack, like when I'm talking huge, I'm not talking huge amounts of money. But even if I was to put $1,000 right now into IOTA, to me, it's similar to taking on Bitcoin at quite low valuations. You know, Bitcoin when it was a $12 billion market cap, what would you have paid to get into it then? So, yeah, I'm not saying it will definitely succeed. I think I've been pretty cautious to tell everyone it is emerging technology. There has been bugs identified by MIT. I think I've been really cautious to explain to people it's, you know, this whole space is high risk, high reward. That's the reality. I feel like I like the fact that they acted on the bug, but the fact that there was a vulnerability and could be hasn't completely sold me yet. Yeah, Sammy, that's exactly right. You know, people are gonna, and look, the big money especially will wait until it's probably had quite a lot more testing than it's had to date. Like as in, I'm talking years, as in another couple of years of testing. But I'm not I get the feeling that I know there's some older people than me in our investment group, but I think the majority are younger than me. And I know how impulsive I was in my early 20s. And I know how much I needed to make 10x overnight rather than looking for 2-year plans and 3-year plans. So for me, having a diversification strategy, which includes IOTA for the next 2 to 3 years, is a smart move. Because if they get it right, it should surpass Bitcoin, in my opinion. But it's, you know, it's part of a diverse portfolio. Mike said, I read that Microsoft did not say they are working with IDA. I've actually spoken about this before, Mike. Now, pretty much anyone can claim anything they want in this economy. So if you build your wallet on top of Windows 10, are you working with Microsoft? No, like the claims that get put out in this economy ages. For those that are watching, I'm sure a lot are just lurkers wishing they had more money to buy crypto. Oh, and hit the like button. I don't mind. Let's have a look. Jao thinks that IOTA should focus on the Internet of Things, not currency. No, I didn't hear that, Wilkie. Are you being silly? I'll never know whether Wilkie's joking or not. Wilkie said, big Wilkie the whale in the house, by the way, guys. Did you hear some crazy people broke into the IOTA lab and tried to blow it up, saying Judgment Day is coming? Something about Cybernet. No, I didn't hear that, Wilkie. And the part about Cybernet actually makes me think you were being serious. CME manages over 3 billion contract value, over $2 quadrillion US annually. Yeah, it's a huge market. Crypto Chronicus. So I think that's gonna see some volatility come into the market. Shakil Ahmed, would you buy Ether and Litecoin at today's prices? Well, I haven't. No, I've got the option to, and I haven't, Shakil. So it would depend. It would depend on my personal situation. If I was just finding out about cryptocurrency today and I hadn't made an investment yet, yeah, I might grab a bit now, but I'd split my entry points. So I'd take some now because I just don't have anything in crypto at all. I probably would FOMO it. And then I would look for the dip for the rest of my money to go in. I think that's sensible. For me personally, I've got enough crypto in, and I'm not putting more fiat in. I can only see risk at this point. And it doesn't matter if I'm wrong because I've got enough crypto in that if it keeps burning, I'm just going to be happier and happier. Yeah, just reporting what I read. No, I appreciate that, Mike, and it's important. Like I'm actually saying that's the thing. I agree with you, Mike. Is that when IOTA were rumored to be working with Microsoft, it could have. That's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying that it could have been something as simple as, oh, they've released a Windows 10 wallet, and then it's, oh, they're working with Microsoft. I've just seen it happen before in the economy, so I don't disagree with your statement, and I'm kind of backing it up and saying that, yeah, I can believe that, man, that it was reported that they were, but they aren't really. Yeah, big call. A lot can happen over a few years, $2. I mean, the reality of the situation is that society can crumble and no money means anything in the next 2 years. It can also be that the same way that Tangle technology probably wouldn't have been developed without blockchain, definitely wouldn't have been developed without blockchain in my opinion, there may be another technology to come that surpasses blockchain, Tangle, and puts it all to rest. So yeah, anything can happen. But the point I was trying to make is that the majority of people I speak to in this space, I spoke to someone yesterday about an investment that they could, I said, I think you can comfortably double your money in the next 12 months. Oh, double my money? I want more than that. How many financial advisors have you spoken to in your life that will tell you can double your money in 12 months? They'll give you 11 to 14%. It's pretty much an industry fixed rate that they'll quote you because they know they can hit that and more, and then they'll just pocket the rest. Just to let you know how that all works. Yeah, so I just think that people are a little bit heads in the cloud the first time in investing, and investors become rich, right? No, it takes a long time. This is bullshit lucky, these sorts of gains. Well, not lucky, but it's unusual. You've got to understand that it's not normal. Yeah, Zhao said that IOTA is good for Internet of Things, no fees, fast and better if more devices. That is exactly what the Internet of Things needs. Wilkie said Skynet was not one centralized system. It was everywhere. You could not destroy it. Yeah, that's a good point, Wilkie. That's you right now, Shakil. Okay, Shakil's just said that Shakil doesn't have any coins at the moment. What I would do, look, even if it's just a small amount, you can grab some at these highs. I wouldn't do it if I was first in because it leaves my dollar cost average a lot higher than it was, right? So when we're investing, we talk about dollar cost average, so your average cost of where you bought in, and you also do the same on your sells. So you average the cost of your buys and sells. So for me, you can put a little bit in now just to get into it. If you're going to get into those top three, I'd probably recommend Ethereum as the best value out of those three if you're just going straight through Coinbase at this current stage. It's tough though. It's tough. I just think that Litecoin with such a massive run up, I think Ethereum could be the next to go. And I've always maintained that it should hold a 5 Ethereum equals 1 Bitcoin ratio, which is a long way off at the moment. Having said that, Charlie Lee's saying 4 Litecoin should equal 1 Bitcoin, so maybe you want to go there. But yeah, I think long term you'll be fine anyway. That's the thing, Shakil. So if you're getting in for the first time, maybe just a small amount today is fine. Because long term, I think you'll win on that anyway. But what we're trying to do when we're investing, and this is high risk, high reward investing because this market has really, really boomed. What we're trying to do is get the lowest cost we can into the economy. So if you're absolutely desperate, you can grab a little bit now, but then you can go back. If you've done any work on technical analysis, you can go back and find levels of support. If you've never used technical analysis before, and right now it's pretty much bloody useless anyway, because to find pre-existing levels of support, they don't exist because we've never run up this high before. So it's untrodden territory for us. But Shakil, we do have a Discord group, man, that really helps out the newbies. That's what we focus on. So the link is in the description. Why don't you join us there and have a chat to the guys? All the guys are really helpful, and they'll give you their opinions on a lot of different coins and the best way to invest, times, all that sort of thing. And that, they'll just try and help you the best they can. So should do that if you're a newbie, Shakil. It's a good place to learn, man. Everyone's pretty friendly. Like, no one criticizes people for not knowing stuff because we all pretty much don't know stuff. Thoughts on Golem, Dollar Do? I like it, man. I think it's got a huge future, and I think it could make rendering farms obsolete if they can achieve what they're trying to achieve in terms of using shared resources to act as a computer, super processing power. Think processing power. So I think it was 29 hours. It takes 29 hours from memory. Guys, you know, do a lot of stuff from memory. 29 hours to render one frame of a Pixar movie. So rendering farms make a fortune when someone like Pixar comes through to them and needs images rendered. So yeah, if I think the $200 million valuation on Golem, or 260 or whatever it was sitting at last time I checked, is a joke compared to what it can be worth. Because if they're servicing companies like Pixar and anyone that needs rendering and processing power in a computer, geez, it could be big. So yeah, again, it's venture capital, right? $1. It's early stage development. But yeah, it's a drop in the ocean of what it can be worth. All right, catching up. Oh, so much more chat. Sorry, guys. I'm going to go faster through it. Alex, all eyes on Alex. Hi. So you said that we can trust to pre-buy Gladius at this moment. Is it a serious team? Well, all eyes on Alex. I had the CTO on the show. To me, he seemed very professional. I don't know that he'd be too keen to put his face out there if he was about to run away with a whole bunch of money, because he looks to be about half my size. I'm pretty sure I could track him down pretty quickly. So yeah, man, I think Gladius is a serious team. I think they've got serious potential. Yeah, and I think getting in at the pre-sale is I don't know if it'll be the cheapest price you can get, man. A lot of ICOs dip off ICO, but I like to secure them at that point. A good case point for that is Substratum. Is ICO price the cheapest price I could have got Substratum? No, it wasn't. I bought it at 6 cents at ICO, and I could have got it as low as 4 or 4.5, I think, when it dipped off opening. But go and have a look where Substratum is today. And ask me whether I'm happy I bought it for 6 cents at ICO. So yeah, it's, I think that's a reasonable example, because it's a similar value proposition in that it's using unused shared digital resources to create a network effect. So yeah, I do think they're a serious team, and I think they're a serious contender to be one of those use cases that's really seen as disrupting the norm in an industry in terms of DDoS protection and Cloudflare, Akamai. I mean, it's venture capital again. They do actually have an alpha test. Like, that's the good thing, though. All eyes on Alex. You can actually go and, if you're good with computers, man, I'm not really. So I haven't tried it yet because Alex said it's a bit fiddly, but they've got the alpha test. They've got a product. So yeah, beta test by March. If they're successful, it could go quick. It could, if they're proven to successful and they can scale and they can take, prevent DDoS attacks successfully by creating a shared network, I got to think it's going to be worth a lot of money. Yeah, absolutely. That's a good. It's a good point, Sammy. Sammy said that I think people being uneducated investing and wanting to invest for the first time, this is dangerous for the first time is dangerous for them. But it's always going to be dangerous when you're investing for the first time, second time, or a millionth time. Investing is dangerous. There is risk involved. But yeah, absolutely. You educate yourself in a couple of ways. I've always found hands-on is the best approach, and you can lose some money doing it in the first place. So it's one of the things that I can get to from the point Sammy was making there is when you are starting out, start small, make your mistakes with small money, and then as you're proving yourself to be a better investor, you can pick it up a bit as long as it stays within budget. And you're never investing more than you can afford to lose. Z said, no, I'm late. Yeah, well, these things happen. Crypto Chronicus, man, my buddy FOMO'd the 17K BTC top yesterday. Luckily, I got him out 1K over that and got him back in lower. Yeah, you got to look after your mates if you know what you're doing. Don't come into this space for 2 months and pretend to be an expert like Wilkie does. Oh, the dig in the ribs at Wilkie. I've told him so many times I can burn. He cracked the shits at me the other day. He goes, you said this about me on your show, blah, blah, blah. And I said, you know what? I said, I get to say whatever I want about you on my show because you can't reply. Yeah, so I don't know where I was going with that rant, but unlucky, Wilkie, you can't reply. Check your email. Me check my email? I didn't give you my email, Mike. Oh, if you're gone, I'll catch up with you later anyway. Do you think BTC will drop after the 18th of December? I'm wondering why you're calling that date in particular. Are you talking about because of the CME trading opening? Shaquille? 18th would be, yeah, okay. Yeah, do I think it'll drop after then? Depends on volumes, okay? If there's a lot of volumes going through the contracts in futures tradings, I think Bitcoin will do this. If there's not much volume and people kind of sit back, it could be either a steady time or a slow decline. That's my best guess. I really don't think after what happened with SIBO and people just got smoked on shorting Bitcoin in this last week. I saw one guy lost $2 million shorting Bitcoin. Oops. From 15 grand, he shorted it. Oops. So yeah, I don't think after that, even the seasoned traders will be too keen to short Bitcoin on come Monday. So I don't think it'll affect it. I think it'll either not affect it at all, or it'll be a positive effect. And that's completely changed from my original opinion on it. But the only thing that can change that, Shaquille, the only thing in my opinion that can change that now is if there was a plan in place several months ago and they've bought up a lot of Bitcoin to now dump on the market and cause the short. That's my personal opinion. Yeah, cool. Intercept, what's going on? LTC or BCH, Amazon. Hey, you guys, when I hear something, Lee and Ver are both messaging that elephant. Oh, massaging that elephant. Yeah. Virgin Amazon. Actually, I said Virgin Amazon. Yeah, for sure. You know what I did here though, and not here. I know this for a fact. Mining equipment. There's one miner in particular. I think it's the Ant miner that is only now available off one of these places because Joe told me. Guess what currency you have to pay for it? Bitcoin Cash. Not joking. You have to pay Bitcoin Cash. They won't accept any other currency. That's interesting. Wonder how much that costs old Roger to set up that deal. Wilkie said, just buy PIVX and don't ask any questions. Yeah, this is why I bought Wilkie in as a PIVX investor, because now he'll just go and shell the crap out of it for me. I think I bought so much Litecoin and Ethereum that I broke them both. Laugh out loud. Both stopped trading on Coinbase. I have that? Yeah. It's going to be crazy. I have actually said that there is a concern with us not being quite ready for this influx of people. Like, I think the exchanges are going to struggle to handle the volume and that sort of thing. So, Xiao said, the number one rule of Crypto Wave Investment Crew, buy PIVX. Number 2 rule, don't ask questions. That's not exactly how we run, but anyway. Kev said, Kevin Colo. That's not the same Kev I'm used to seeing. I think you might be a new one in our conversation. Welcome, Kev. GDAX is going crazy right now. It said Litecoin went down to $298. I nearly shit myself. I think a few people have had that reaction during this run up and run down, man. It's been a bumpy old ride. I was thinking like it was only, 5 months ago that we were celebrating piercing 100 billion. We just hit half a trillion. Crazy. Yeah, you need cool, man. We'll make sure we've got a Discord group for discussion if you want to sign up there as well. It's all, I don't charge fees. It's just an open discussion group. So if you're into crypto, man, you're welcome to join. It's a couple hundred members in there. It's a good convo. Ahmed, I've called you Shaquille sometimes and Ahmed sometimes, so forgive me. I really want to dig for the treasure, Bitcoin. Should I avoid for now? Also, would it be better to buy the shovels? I don't know what NVIDIA is, but sounds like. Oh, really? Yeah, that can happen, Kev. He said right now, as we speak, the Coinbase GDAX services are bugging out. It glitched and said it was Litecoin being $298. Yeah, there's a lot of treasures in crypto market. You know, it's a really good passive way to get into the crypto economy, guys. Can I be serious for a second? If you want to own crypto and you don't want to spend anything, okay? If you want to get some crypto, you want to get your hands on some crypto without spending anything, sign up to Steemit, steemit.com. It's a social media platform. You don't even have to post on there. You can earn crypto just by curating, which means you go on and read some articles that are interesting to you, and you either vote them up or you don't vote them up. And you re-steam and you learn the process. It's like liking and sharing on Facebook. Point is, instead of getting a bunch of ads shoved at you, targeted ads shoved down your face, you get paid. Steemit, Facebook, Steemit. I'd go with Steemit. And so if you do want to earn some crypto without, passively, without actually having to spend any money at all, go and sign up. That's the bit. Go and ask Xiao how much his bloody account would be worth now. I have no idea, but Xiao's probably a millionaire off Steam by now. Oh, the chip marker on stock. That is to buy the shovels. I'm not familiar with the expression, man. I must admit. I would like to get into IOTA. What exchange do you recommend? Kev, Binance. Oh, I'm angry at them because they haven't added PIVX. Kev, I work for PIVX, just by the way. When you hear us all talking about PIVX, it's because I work there. So please make your own decisions with all investments. But mate, I even though Binance haven't added PIVX, I think it's a good exchange. I do. The trade fees are quite low. If you pick yourself up like one or two, like a relative amount of Binance coins as your first trade as well, Kev, you can actually get your trade fees reduced to 0.05% instead of 0.1%, which is actually pretty cheap throughout the economy. They're doing quite well. They've got a lot of good promotions on there, actually including a referral link promotion. So if you've got no one else who's referring you, Kev, you can use mine. It's in the description here. And then once you're in there, man, you can go and open up your own referral link, and people you get paid half of the fees that person has to pay for their trades. So it doesn't cost them anymore to trade under you. You just get paid half the commission, which is pretty cool. I've done pretty well out of that, actually. Like, seriously, I've made some nice money. So thank you to all those people who did use the referral link and are trading on Binance. So I'd go with Binance. I use Ether trading. That's what I've been doing. I just like trading in Ether, and I quite often buy Ether on Coinbase. Last time I bought fiat, which was a while ago, put fiat in, but I'll buy it in Ether and then move it over to Binance. So Kev, if you are new as well, man, that's one of the tips I can give you. At the moment, don't move Litecoin to the exchanges unless you're doing, like, if you got 20 grand or something, fine. But if you're doing like $100 or $500 or $50 or anywhere under the $500 mark, move your Ethereum or your Litecoin. Don't move Bitcoin. It'll cost you $5 to do it, and there's 5% if you're putting in $100. So Ethereum will cost you cents, and so will Litecoin. So you move that to the exchange, and then you can either trade that into Bitcoin and Bitcoin into IOTA, or you can just use your Ethereum for trading on Binance, which is great. So that's what I'd be recommending at the moment with IOTA. I couldn't pick it up on Bittrex. I wrote an article, a Steemit article, when IOTA was first released on market, and I said I wanted some IOTA and I can't get any because it's not on Bittrex. And I was complaining about how there's no really one place that you could get every coin. And that was an article I wrote months ago. So yeah, but Binance is one of the exchanges that's positioning itself really, really well. Trade fees are fair. They haven't listened to me about adding PIVX, but other than that, they do provide good customer service. So I can't complain with my experience there, apart from the PIVX thing. Did I mention they haven't added PIVX yet? All right, get on that rant. Wilkie 0.05%, yeah, man, it's good, isn't it? Oh, Steemit? Yeah, so thanks, guys, for helping out. This is what I'm talking about, Shaquille. Like, everyone will just help you out, man. If I'm not there to answer the question or I don't know the question, these guys are super helpful. Cool little crew we've got. So, yeah, man, get on to Steemit. Think of a cool handle for yourself, Shaquille. Like, oh, do Shaquille O'Neal with that spelling, though? No, that's you probably don't want to be known as Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal, that'd be cool. Anyway, but yeah, get a cool handle for yourself, man. And Johnny Crypto's a good guy to follow over there. Jiao, he's in the chat now, but he also has a statement account at Johnny Crypto. So if you go and follow him, he has some really good advice on a bunch of things in crypto. Actually, if you go over and have a look at his blog, I've got a blog over there as well. I'm at Beach Bum Investor. So when you get over there, man, just hook up with us, and we can follow you and check out your articles and that sort of thing. So we build our own little crypto wave investment crew community on Steemit. We've been doing it lately. It's good. Been trading on GDAX, Litecoin and Ether. Yeah, I love the Litecoin and Ether trades, Kev. I was trading Litecoin over on Cryptopia, man. Just having a look at the account there now. But Cryptopia is a New Zealand exchange, really low volume. And man, there's some, like I've hit 3x trades, like triple market value trades, because people don't do the calculations with Litecoin properly. And I just put it up on the sell book as a Hail Mary, right? And it hits. And I'm like, what? So yeah, I found Litecoin and Ether trading to be really profitable, man. Dennis Turk, how are you, man? Haven't seen you for a while. If anyone want to buy into Litecoin right now is a good point. Take a look at the charts. Hey, why don't we do that? We can have a look at the chart. I can't do it on here because I don't have my Bittrex account up on here. Okay, I can have a look at it on. How come there is no white paper for Litecoin? Romus K. Is this thing legit? What, Litecoin, Ethereum, this stream? Got to be more specific, Stephen. Good to see you. Romus K, how come there's no white paper for Litecoin? Not all coins actually do release a white paper. And that will concern a lot of people in the early stages of the development of a coin. And for me, I pretty much won't touch a coin that, like at ICO level, that doesn't have a white paper, at least a business plan, essentially. But when you get to a certain stage, whether that was the right strategic move on release or not to not have a white paper, it's kind of irrelevant at this point. I thought there was a Litecoin white paper. Maybe not. But it's kind of irrelevant at the point where the technology, like the use cases for Litecoin, where they're heading with it, what they were trying to achieve in everything that a white paper would outline is kind of obsolete for Litecoin from this point. Same with Bitcoin. The original Satoshi white paper is obsolete now. We know what that is. Now we just keep developing beyond that point. So I don't like it when coins are released without a white paper. I think it's an essential part of, especially coming into 2018, you will not see a successful ICO released without a white paper. I don't think. There are a lot of things that I guess early adopters and early coins got away with that coins will not get away with anymore. And one of them is releasing without a white paper. It's a good question, Roms K. I had sworn I'd read the Litecoin white paper, but I've read that many white papers, I could certainly be mistaken on that. Hey, Geordie, how are you, man? Tondi's in the house. I've been good, man. How you been? Busy? Finishing up those law degrees? You bloody 3 semesters a year, that kid right there doing his law degree. Ethercept, I give Johnny Crypto my highest recommendation. I would trust him with all your money. Oh, can I? All right, let's do that then. We can have a look at Litecoin. We got asked to have a look at the Litecoin chart, so let's do that. Jazz just told me how I can do it. He's a genius. Bittrex.com. Apparently I can check the charts without logging in, so we're all good. Whoops. Just trying to find it. I don't even think I've got it on here. Can I go to Binance? I'll just go to Binance because I've actually got that on here. That should still have a chart, surely. BTC to LTC. It's trying to make me sign in. I'll do it next time. I can't figure it out. Sorry, guys. So, still a tech idiot from a long time ago. You've been busy as well, Geordie? Yeah, man. I've heard I've heard Bond University is very, very tough. I've heard it's a massive workload that gets put on students there. Stick with it, Geordie. Almost done, mate. Get that law degree and then you can be a heartless lawyer like I was. It's about to be a it's about being a fully formed investor. The fundraising provision in the Corporations Act is prohibited. I don't know what the discussion was referring to there, Tondi. All I was able to find is that Litecoin is faster than Bitcoin. Yeah, yes. Litecoin is a more scalable version of Bitcoin would be a very, very simple way of putting it. What I like about Litecoin is that I've said this before, having set Charlie Lee as a central figure does actually help the company get integrated into real world businesses. We've seen that recently with Steam, not to be confused with Steemit that we were just talking about, but Steam, the video game platform. So for mine, Charlie Lee's capable of somewhat steering the ship. So it's somewhat, a little bit centralized in that respect, but he's making good moves. I mean, getting it added to Steam alone is a massive move, and Bitcoin got dropped at the same time. That's a huge win for Litecoin, and it really did highlight the issues that Bitcoin are currently facing with their scalability issues, increasing the transaction costs. So, yeah, Litecoin's algorithm should make that should make it far more scalable in terms of those transaction costs. I personally think that Vertcoin's actually better than Litecoin. There you go. If you actually look at it from a tech basis, Vertcoin has more features and it's easier to mine in terms of the setup for the mining. So I actually think Vertcoin's better than Litecoin. I wrote an article a while back sort of saying, is the whole economy upside down because Litecoin's better than Bitcoin? It is. I don't care what anyone wants to tell me. I'm saying at this current stage of development, I can't be convinced that Litecoin's not better. Current stages. And I said this months ago. And then I found Vertcoin at $25 million market cap. And I started looking into the tech and the features, and I had a look a bit into the team. I watched an interview with the founder, and I really thought he had a great vision. And I thought, hang on, this looks better than Litecoin to me. And it's $25 million market cap. So yeah, I think there's something for being first in market, right? So Litecoin, and I know I'm going on a little bit more about this than what I would normally, but Roms has asked the question. So Litecoin is what I really see as the first of the crypto version 2s. That's how I see it, 2.0, cryptocurrency 2.0. Identified scalability issues with Bitcoin Core and the increasing difficulty of the algorithm used for mining. That's a very lay explanation, man, because I'm not a technical person. But Charlie Lee was essentially the first person that did it. He split from Coinbase, not split, he left Coinbase and created Litecoin. And I think he's a visionary in seeing the problems and the scalability issues that were going to face Bitcoin before they even happened. That's impressive. And I think first in market is going to allow Litecoin to hold dominance of some sort for all time, as long as crypto is being used as currency, because even if Bitcoin's better, the first in market principle is very, very strong. That's why Bitcoin is still holding the #1 spot. I don't think anyone can possibly say it is the best version of blockchain technology currently available on the market. I honestly don't believe anyone would argue that, not even the Bitcoin maximalists. There is coins that are faster. There's coins that are more efficient, more eco-friendly. So I don't think anyone will argue that, and yet Bitcoin's the one doing crazy things. So first in market is really important. And Litecoin has that advantage of being the first crypto 2.0. CBB, off to bed. Dennis Turk, I don't know, but it can't be far away. It could not be far away now. Dennis Turk's just asked, when ICX is going to get listed onto the exchanges. Not sure, man, but Wilkie sent me a screenshot of the futures this morning. It was above $2. So it looks like Jace is going to be buying his missus a dog. Unlucky. Just checking the price now on that. Got me a little interested. Yeah, $2.19 is the futures market. Hey guys, we're seeing some retracements start in the economy now. The market cap has slipped and I am about to leave. It's 487 billion, just under 488 actually. So looking, yeah, it has taken some retracements, but oh goodness gracious, the last 24 hours, can we really complain? Yeah, could have used trading at a good point. Litecoin has taught me such a, oh, g'day Rachel, I haven't seen you in ages. Litecoin has taught me such a huge lesson. I was cost averaging it for a while, then I dropped my strategy and sold them due to being impatient. Now all I'm doing is licking my wounds. And Rachel, absolutely. Patience is key in this economy. Patience is key. Absolutely. The hodlers have turned out, like honestly, unless you are a really good swing trader or a really good investor in terms of the buy sells, you're better off just buying and holding. Rach is a Vertcoin fan as well. I think that's a smart lady right there because I think Vertcoin's a quality project. Superhot.org, crypto is the elite's way to be able to say, hey, we gave you all a chance to become billionaires in gold and equals in wealth. David has just asked, are we going to hold our LTCs? Man, I haven't sold any. I'm just like, I got into it at $28, David. So I can't really lose, can I? It's pretty hard to lose from here. As a matter of fact, I've even sold. I've taken way more out of Litecoin already than I've put into it, and I've got a decent bag left. So I don't really see the point in selling at this point for me. You know, I've always said I'm like looking for a 2020 sort of the next halving of Bitcoin or the next predicted halving of Bitcoin. That was kind of my strategy for the medium term for the next 3 years, was to mainly hodl until then. I do a bit of trading because I've been trained in it. If you haven't been, I'd suggest just leaving it and hodl. It's up to you though, man. You got to make your own decisions, David. And welcome, by the way. I don't believe I've seen you before. G-Spec Gaming. Turk ICX Telegram was mentioning last night they are suggesting mainnet still this month and unlock of tokens very soon, is quotations. Thanks, G-Spec Gaming. ICX is lacking communication and it is frustrating people. I must admit, G-Spec Gaming, I haven't had a reply from them and I sent them a question myself. So that frustrated me as well. But I also have to think, do I want the team constantly responding to pissy little emails like mine or getting on with the job? And the answer I came up with was getting on with the job. So I wasn't, in the end, I took more of a, I don't know, I took it less offensively, less personally, that they hadn't got back to me and thought about the bigger picture. Bitcoin is like fast food. They will always be the top. And altcoins are like fancy restaurants. Yeah, that's an interesting perspective. I don't know that Bitcoin will always hold the top position though, Geordie. That's something that I would be, there are too many people who don't think it will hold the top spot for all time. I think most people do. I don't. I think there's a risk in that surety, in that getting to that point going, you know what, no one can touch us. We can take as long as we like to do the SegWit thing. We can take as long as we like to put in Lightning Network. We can take as long as we like. No one can touch us. We're Bitcoin. I think that's, and I'm not saying they're doing that, guys, and that's overacting it for sure. I'm just saying that there's a danger in doing that. I can see Bitcoin being used for long-term holds similar to a saving account. Kevin, I honestly believe that will change. I can see it being used as a store of wealth, but more for the everyday savings account, like that you can have a little bit of flexibility on in terms of taking like $50 out if you need to. At the moment, they're losing that battle, and proof of stake coins are kicking their butt in that battle. And I'm not just flogging my own coin, but if I was going to put $50 a week into a coin, into a savings account, it'd be PIVX because it returns 5% per year on the actual coins itself. And then if the coin price keeps going up, I make 5% extra coins plus the extra value of those coins, and I reinvest those dividends. So yeah, I think that initially people are looking, okay, store of wealth argument for Bitcoin, but I think as people become more educated in the crypto economy, they'll understand why proof of stake is potentially a better way forward. I mean, Ethereum's noticed that. Ethereum have decided that proof of stake's a better way forward. They've copied PIVX. I am only joking when I say that. I've said how much I think Vitalik's brilliant and all the rest of it, but Yeah, I think for a store of wealth, absolutely, Floyd. Same here, man. But as a savings account, I think you're more likely to see something people using something with a proof of stake model that they can withdraw and spend quickly and easily and cheaply. Now, which currency ticks all those boxes? Fish, can a well-made coin make it to mainstream? Is the complicated nature of crypto too much to get over for the average consumer? Yes, at the moment, Roms. That's a super good point, man. Really good point. Yes, at the moment it absolutely is. It's too fiddly. The user interfaces aren't there yet. It's not easy to spend. It's not at the moment. It's getting there. There's plenty of pivot. We're working on solutions all the time at PIVX. Working on payment integration solutions for both online and retail stores. We're working on one of the things I can't tell you about. There are crypto cards, debit cards coming into the space at a rate of knots. So I think it's only a matter of time before that usability and that intuitive user interface and intuitive use of crypto finds its way into the economy through the constant development of the projects. Because at the moment, no. Mate, I'm a computer idiot, right? So some of this stuff I'm like, what? Like, that's bad, right? Because I work at PIVX, but you got to, like, I'm a community development and things like that. So I'm not the one writing the code, don't stress. But, you know, so even some of the guys at PIVX say, oh, it's cool, Fish, just download this config file and do this with your wallet, and it's all good. And I'm like, yeah, but I only figured out how to turn on a laptop 6 months ago. And now you want, what? So no, we're not there yet, man. This is what we're preparing for, though, and this is why the constant developments are happening. So if you know, again, using the currency I'm with for as an example, the Android wallet has become, it's really simple to use, really intuitive. Not staking on the Android wallet yet. That's for a future development. You really wouldn't stake on a mobile phone anyway, but it's made that, you know, that currency transportable, transactable, and nice and easy out there in the real world. So I think you're going to see more and more of that. And as you do, I think the masses will be interested because it becomes a safer place to keep your money than the banks, who, if you work it out after the charges, like the account keeping fees and all that, they rip you off so hard. So if we can get the same sort of interest rates in a proof of stake coin, and in fact better, because the best interest rate I can get in Australia at the moment is probably 2.5 to 3% on savings. So why the hell would I keep it there instead of PIVX? Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, Kev's trading all in Ether and LTC. I'm catching up on old stuff. Geordie said, I personally think cryptos are a push towards a global currency or government. Yeah, they absolutely are. A global currency is, I mean, if you're going to have global trade, does it not make sense to have global currencies? It does to me. So yeah, I think you're right, Geordie. Global government, I think we're a while off that, mate. But I like the way you're thinking. Crypto is a new revolution. Got to agree with you there. It's a financial revolution. Absolutely is. Could you give me a brief explanation of what you mean by staking? Of course I can, Kev. So in a proof of stake model, Kev, what happens is there's masternodes or stakers. So in the traditional proof of work system, which is of course made famous by Bitcoin, what happens is every time there's a transaction, the miners are essentially in a race to put that transaction into the blockchain. So they have to actually go back to the start of the transaction history, go all the way through it, back to the most recent transaction to make sure this transaction doesn't appear somewhere else. And the miners do that process in a proof of work system. In a proof of stake system, it's actually done through an algorithm written for the open wallets and the masternodes. So we have masternode holders and stakers. Now they're both forms of staking. So most coins that are using a proof of stake model, most coins, will require you to have a minimum number of coins to prove your stake, okay? So if you leave that coins, let's say, for example, Chaincoin. Can I use a better example than that? Let's use Dash. Dash is a proof of stake model, proof of service model, some people are calling it now, but it requires 1,000 Dash coins to run the masternode. Now, at the moment, that's almost $1 million. But having said that, 12 months ago, you could have bought a Dash masternode for $2,000. Now it's $1 million. So yeah, so Dash masternode is a way that you can. So what will happen is the transactions actually get verified through those the masternodes or the wallets, if you like. And what then happens is the people who are holding those masternodes or proving their stake will actually get paid the block rewards, if you like, block rewards being for the mining term, but they'll actually get paid the block rewards that the miners would usually get. So it takes mining out of the equation. Now with PIVX, we actually offer masternode holders, which is 10,000 coins, which is a very substantial investment at this point. You know, we've gone to $5 a coin, so it'd be a $50,000 US investment. Having said that, the beautiful thing about PIVX, you can stake one PIVX. So you can start staking for as little as $5. Now it does work on, we have a calculator, Kev. I'll try and find the link for that for you now, but it's node calculator or something like that, PIVX node calculator. Oh, I wish I could find it. Joe, you don't have that link, do you, man? You know I'm not good with this stuff. PIVX node calculator. And what you can actually do, Kev, if you can find that, man, just join up to our, if you join up to our Discord group and private message me, I'll send you the link for this thing because I can't find it right now because I'm terrible with computers. But you can type in like your intended investment. So if it was like, say, 50 PIVX or 100 PIVX, you can type that into the node calculator and it will tell you how often you're likely to receive a staking bonus. And the staking bonus or staking reward is 2 PIVX, roughly 2 PIVX at the moment. Wilkie rang me 2 days ago. Wilkie rang me all excited. He goes, man, I just got 2 staking bonuses in one day. I'm like, yeah, good on you, man, 4 PIVX. See, you just don't, you know, it's random, so it doesn't always come at a consistent rate, but your average APR is like 5%. So that's brilliant for mine. Really, really nice, stable growth. You know, you do get some proof of stake coins. If I can just give you a little bit of a warning. Oh, you're in. Cool. I'll message you over there, Kev. No worries, man. So while staking, are your coins being held? I'm already, yeah. So that's exactly right. So you're holding them in a wallet. I'll try and hide my balance for you, but I've got my PIVX wallet open right now. So, you know, actively being part of securing our PIVX network. So I'll just show you, but this is my PIVX wallet, man. So that's actually running the network at the moment. There's a little, there's a little green figure down here telling me that it's all ready to go, all staking, and that secures it. And then I get staking bonuses, and I've just somehow shut it down accidentally. And yeah, so proof of stake models are sorry, my phone's going off. Proof of stake models are for mine, I think they're the way forward because they're more eco-friendly as well, man. The mining uses a lot of power. Our proof of stake model uses next to nothing in comparison. And with equivalent volumes, it still wouldn't use nothing. So if anyone wants to make, oh yeah, because PIVX doesn't do as much volume, it's a null and void argument. The proof of stake model is still going to be more efficient. So yeah, NVM, I'm confused. i3's efficiency decreased a lot. Oh, that's for mining, Kev. I can't really speak to the mining equipment, man. Grinkers is a really good person to speak to over in our Discord group about mining stuff. PIVX staking calculator, it's the second link. Thanks, yeah. So for anyone looking to have a look at the PIVX staking returns, probably the best thing to do is jump over there, and you can, if you Google PIVX staking calculator, it's the second link there. Oh, I can do it and then put it in. That's what Jazz trying to say. PIVX calculator, staking calculator. Okay, just having a look. Can't see it. Didn't come for a second. Oh, there it is. It's pivx.cryptonode.co. There you go. I'm just opening it now. I'll bring you over to screen share. I'll show you quickly. That's easier. Screen share. Share. Okay. So this is PIVX rewards calculator, and like it just shows you like how regularly you'd be getting. Like the average reward is 2.34 PIVX, so it's got master nodes and staking. So you can see the difference between running it, like that's a 10,000. So if we change this, because that shows you master nodes and staking. So if we just change this down to like 100, so that's about $500 US at the moment. You can see here, if you were to stake that, you would get a reward every 148 days. So you get 2 rewards a year on your $500. So yeah, it works out at about a little over a little over 2 rewards on average per year. So yeah, it works out about 5%. And then obviously if you're compounding that and leaving any rewards in, you know, if you pick up 2 and you leave them in there, that would be 102, and that would bring your average staking time down slightly. So that's what I mean by reinvesting your dividends. So I found this a handy little tool to get an idea of what your expected returns are going to be on PIVX. You're going to find a lot of proof of stake coins, Kev, that you're going to find a lot of proof of stake coins that actually have massive inflation rates. And the thing you've got to consider with that is it's generally not going to be sustainable. For example, if you have a 30% inflation rate, that means 30% more coins are hitting the market every year on average. It should mean the coin price per coin, well, if the market cap stays the same, the valuation of the overall network stays the same, then the per coin price will go down because there's more coins in circulation. So it's something to consider as well. Okay. Arthur Zawada said Litecoin a good buy right now. I'd have to have a look at the charts, Arthur. It's had a bit almighty run up. We were calling it as really, really good buying between $50 and $55, and that was not so long ago. So I need to find a range now before I can start advising on when I think it's reasonable buying again, because this is parabolic, and we sort of made our mark around $50 and $55. That's what we've been calling for months on the Crypto Wave Investment Crew channel. So for me, I can't really make a really, really informed decision on whether it's a good buy until it finds a bit of a range of up above these $300 levels. So that's for me, or you know, these new all-time highs. Anyway, I've got to see how much it's going to dip off before I make any decisions. So right now, is it a good time to buy? I really honestly can't answer, not with this sort of parabolic run. I've got to let it find a range again. Liam E, I think Litecoin will start to have a momentum now. It's like a gold rush, and only a few people are going for silver. That's everywhere. Everyone is mining now for Litecoin. Bitcoin is being mined. Well, yeah. Well, there's still a substantial amount of Bitcoin to go, and the next halvening doesn't happen until 2020. So the Bitcoin mining now is as profitable per block as it was 6 months ago. Well, whenever the last halvening was. But the point is that the next halvening is not happening till 2020, and there is still roughly 4 or 5 million Bitcoin to be mined. Litecoin has been a choice of miners for a while. We actually had a miner come on the show and explain to us that after this temporary lapse of mining power going towards Bitcoin Cash to profit from what was essentially paying the miners to come over to secure the network, everyone would go back to Litecoin, and Litecoin's price would do that. That's what a miner told us, and he was absolutely right. He said $55 is a joke. He said it'll be 100 by the end of the year at least. And that was not that long ago. He didn't say 300, but I don't think many of us saw that coming. L3 miner is $2,000, but after electricity rewards 2.8 LTC monthly. That's a really good return. Because guys, when you're generally valuing things, you're looking at like 4 years, 4 to 6 years EBITDA, and you're talking about returning your money in 2 to 3 months. You know, if you got solar, you don't have that cost either. So that's an incredible. Like if you're into mining, Liam, and you can get that. That's that's incredible returns. But you got to remember that LTC's price has to hold up as well. It did go to $100 once before and dropped all the way back down to 50. So it has doubled and halved once before. Can certainly do that again. With this sort of a run up, it can go back down to 150 or 200 or whatever. What is over half of what its highs was? It can. I tend to agree. I think there's a hell of a lot of momentum about it. I think that Charlie Lee's made a really, really smart move by going heavy on the marketing as the masses, well, maybe not the masses, but at least a clear new money coming into the space. The whole feel like you've missed out on Bitcoin, that whole psychological angle that he's playing with that is very, very clever. And plus, I think Litecoin's better than Bitcoin anyway. Is it a good idea to sell some Ether and buy back when it drops? Is Yizing Fang's question. Let me check the price. I'm bag holding a lot of it. See, it depends on how active you want to be in your trading, and depends on how active you want to be on your trading. That's the reality. If you're not a trader and you're not experienced in it, the statistics show you better off just holding, buying and investing in something and holding it, and not trying to trade in and out daily or weekly or monthly or anything like that. But if I was looking to buy back, I don't think I haven't sold any Ether other than what I've been using in my trades. Again, it's something about less than $180, $150. So it's very hard for me to panic. So if it drops 20% or even 30% from here, I'm not that worried. Whereas other people are at a different stage of the progression and might be really trying to ramp up their profits by trading in and out. If it were me, I'd say with parabolics like this, you do tend to see dips. That's the honest truth. When things go parabolic, especially in an entire market, you do tend to see some profit taking. We already saw it this morning when it went over 503 and went down to 4. Like the overall market went from 503 billion down to 487 billion within the space of not very long at all. So yeah, I think there could be dips after the back of this parabolic run, but years in, you've got to make your own decisions on that. You know, that's I'm not a financial advisor. For me, I'm holding a big enough bag that I'm just lucky. I don't really have to make those decisions at this point. All right, guys, I am going to chuck out Life Tube. Oh, heaps of new people in today. Good to see you all. Live Footage Tube. Hey, Fish, is now a good time to invest in Litecoin? I think, yeah, we've had a lot of those questions. That's cool, guys. We do this every day, guys. So if you're looking for a more in-depth analysis and quite often a philosophical discussion about the crypto economy, quite often I rant about politics and anything but crypto as well. But guys, if you do want to join in for the daily conversation, you're welcome. We're here each and every day. We do have the Q-Link team coming in on Friday. New ICO, quite exciting. Q-Link, the core team, going to be right here. So make sure you're here for Friday. Have your questions ready. Thanks very much for joining in. Yeah, you have a great day too, Rach. Yeah, cheers, Romas, Liam, all the newbies. I hope you subscribe and come back. It's good to see you all. And join in the Discord group because it's a great source of information for the newbies. Take it easy. We'll catch you tomorrow.